Alright, so today we're going to be talking about the St. Croix Premier. So the one I got here is, I'll add another picture in here. I'll edit one in, but just in case I forget to, mine is well, I'll just tell you what it is. It is a 6'6" light power, fast action. This is a carbon fiber one, 4 to 8 pound line, 1/16 to 5/16 ounce, made in the USA. So this is a St. Croix Premier. So far, just first look, first when you grab it, you notice that it's really light compared to something like, let's see. Those are hard to compare to, because that one's empty. But we'll compare it to, this is a bad one to compare it to, because I think this one's made out of graphite, but like this one, this old Daiwa Jupiter is insanely heavy compared to the St. Croix Premier. Like, I don't know how much this one weighs, though I know it weighs a lot compared to this one. Like, this weighs hardly any. We'll compare it to a 5'6" ugly stick. So still, this pole is a foot longer than this 5'6" ugly stick, but in my hands, this one's more well balanced. I don't know about weight wise, but this one's super unbalanced. Like, it's weight wise, I'll hold them right at their balance points. Oh, that's up there again. This one's still lighter, but I think it's because it's made out of that carbon fiber. Yes, an ugly stick still costs around, I think this one, I don't know how much this one was. It was between 55 and 100 and something, but 120 bucks maybe. But this is a $155 one-piece pole. So, put this back. We'll just leave that there for right now. I think that's the one we'll compare it to. Otherwise, we went to the factory store. Compared to the St. Croix Triumph, this is way better. I know the old ones weren't very good, but they're close to the Avids, but not as close to the Avids series that St. Croix has. So these ones are made in the USA, where the Triumphs are not. One thing I have not liked very much out of it, though, is the reel handle. I mean, right here, you can say, this doesn't say made in USA right there. It's probably made in China or wherever they get. I know the cork comes from Portugal. That's what the guy said. But, I mean, it feels pretty good, high quality. I mean, it's not breaking anytime soon. Rod's very durable. I'll put some fish that I caught in with it that are I got like northerns and lots of big bluegills on it, and some bass. Because when we just went up north to the Lake Lac Salt Door, this pole literally caught every fish that I caught. So this one has been used. That's the reason I'm doing it right now. So, this is the light action. We're gonna do some field testing later, but this cork is the best cork I've ever had. Compared to this other light action here, this is a Fenwick. I'll take the reel off of it real quick. It looks like a little tangled up at the end anyway, so I'm gonna have to just take the reel off. I like this one. I like this one's reel seat a lot more, but this one's a lot heavier. So I think you might be just paying, I think some of it you might be paying for the name on the St. Croix, but made in USA, where this one was made where? Doesn't say. Well, this was definitely made straight from China then, but this one's, compared to the St. Croix, let me just hold this reel up. Still a lot heavier. like a lot heavier compared to the St. Croix. I'll set that reel down. Hold my, yes, a million times heavier, but I think it's just that carbon fiber. When we toured St. Croix, so the only thing I'm disappointed so far is the handle. But don't buy it because of the handle. The handle is very good. Still, I like the cork. This cork is pretty garbagey. Another thing that's nice about this handle too is I got that rubberized cork right there. That stuff is pretty high quality. I like the guides on this too, the way they're smaller than the regular guides. Here, I'll measure them real quick. So these are about half the size of the guides on another light that I have. And the casting is very, like, there's that one inside of that one. The casting on this one's really nice. Very accurate. I was casting really good with it. It can throw everything from a 32nd ounce jig to, shoot, what's the biggest? I think I was throwing, biggest I think I threw on it was I think it was 3/4 ounce. I think, I don't know. It was less, it might have been half, it might have been a 1/4 ounce, but very accurate, very sensitive. That's one thing I've very much so noticed with this rod, is it's the most sensitive rod I've held in the, I mean, it's about like, sensitivity wise, it's close to their Avids, but more than their Triumphs. Really, if you're looking for a budget rod that was made in USA, the entire blank was made. I watched, we were in the factory where they did it. The other factory of the Triumphs is in Mexico. We didn't get to tour that one, sadly. But I definitely recommend the St. Croix Premier. I think everything might be backwards though. Sorry for that. And we're gonna do some creek chub fishing with it, maybe some bluegill fishing if we get lucky. I'll put those pictures of the northerns on here. And that's the finish of this section. Actually, no, I got some other rods I want to show you real quick. Set that there, right there. Ooh, don't break that, Eli. That's kind of old. So if anybody knows how much it doesn't say, that's all the wording I got from it. It's been used a lot. It was made in the USA though, so, but these are 2 antique fiberglass rods. This one's the one that's in the best condition. Really nice. But they're really heavy. And I was just wondering if anybody knew what brand they were. They're red, 2-piece. I don't know what weight they are though. It's all wore off. But my guess is less than 4. I'm thinking probably 1, 2, or 3 weight fly rods. So anybody knows anything about those, go drop in the comments. But then again, I think St. Croix is king here on fishing rods. They are truly made in the USA. I've watched them literally put some of these together, put these guides on with the thread, put the fancy shiny thread on it, put the labels on it, on a couple of the Premiers, maybe, yeah, on the Premiers. Just rod seat is pretty good compared to others, but also isn't the best. But I think you're not paying for the rod seat, you're paying for the blank and the guides and the cork, not the real seat. So really, in the end, if you looking for a great multi-species rod, go for the St. Croix Light Premier. We're gonna do some testing with it, and then we're gonna do we're gonna do some testing with it, and that's it. But I think you're gonna either want a 1,000 to 1,500 size reel. This is the reel I was using on it. A Quantum Throttle. This one's pretty beat up, but it's still one of my most favorite reels to this day. It was free from a mystery tackle box when I started it. Of course, made me quit it. I think if I restart it, hopefully they'll give me another one. So, yeah, I mean, everything fits in here fine. It's caught a lot of fish. I mean, I was able to feel a 3-inch largemouth bass, which is impressive, on a 32nd ounce jig. So that's what you need. So I do recommend, if this one breaks after the next 5 years, I'm definitely gonna buy another.